are we still planning to leave Canada? So
The answer is yes. And here are our top 5 reasons why we've decided to leave Canada.
So number 5 is...
We hate winter.
Reason number 4 is inflation, is the cost of living. So...
has gone
way up.
Especially in Canada. Like, I know it's like this kind of like around the world, but Canada, it's insane.
Yeah, it's to the point where you have to kind of question, and you look around in Canada in general, like there are a lot of people that are really suffering with the cost of groceries, with the cost of literally everything.
Yeah.
So we kind of made the conscious decision, how does that affect our family? You know, can we get through it? You know, if we had to, yes, we could. But again, when there's so many other things affecting our decision, it's just another kind of straw on the camel's back, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely. And if you think about it, like a lot of families in Canada are basically living like paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. And there's no room in there for things that you want to do in life that you might be saving for. Like if you want to go for Umrah or you want to go, you know, we're truly blessed that we're able to do these things. But like looking at it long term, we definitely see Canada doing one of these. Reason number 3
is there's no Islamic environment in Canada. Yeah. Now, I will preface that statement by saying there are certainly certain locations within Canada where there is a high amount of Muslims living. But what we mean by Islamic environment is that in certain countries, again, we've traveled to a few different Muslim countries, that when you go there, you hear the adhan, the call to prayer 5 times a day. It's playing on the loudspeakers. That constant reminder. Yeah. Whether you're in the mall in Dubai or Malaysia or wherever you are, you hear the adhan go off.
Everybody goes to pray.
But there's somewhere to pray.
You have accessibility to go and pray. Like,
absolutely.
Right now we struggle when we're out and about. We have to, you know, pray in parking lots. We have to pray in places that aren't clean. Like it's just not an easy way to practice being a Muslim. And not just that, but like accessibility of halal food. Being close to a masjid, like there's so many things.
And
like
probably the biggest aspect of that, I would say, is that in Canada, you have to question your daily life in terms of being a visible Muslim. In today's day and age, with everything going on in the world, you know, the hate crimes against Muslims are at an all-time high. As a parent, as a father of 2 little girls that, you know, will eventually, you know, wear the hijab, you know, if that's again, it's their choice, but you know, they see their mother wear it and they want to wear it. So it worries me as a father, you know, when my little girls go out, are they going to be the victim of a hate crime? Are they going to have their hijabs ripped off? Are they going to have things, you know? And at that point...
it's a constant, like, worry.
Yeah, for now they're little and daddy's there to protect them, right? But when they're a little bit bigger, I'm not going to be there all the time.
And to be honest, like, I'm a walking target. Like, I wear a hijab, very visible Muslim woman. Not to say, like, in the community that we're in, like, there are plenty of Muslims. And so for us in this area, it's fine. But, like, in other communities, it's just a hard environment to live in today's day and age. We just want to be in an environment where we're not having to constantly worry.
And it's something to be said of that comfort of when you walk outside the door, these things aren't going through your mind.
Yeah.
Right. And for us, that's, again, it's we can deal with it. We're adults.
Yeah.
We've both of us.
For our kids.
Yeah, exactly. Both of us have grown up in a place where there are no visible Muslims per se, especially back in the day. And now we're in a place where there are plenty of visible Muslims, but it's our children and what that's going to look like for them later on.
Yeah. Okay. So reason number 2 is society in Canada is doing one of these. Like there's a lot of indoctrination happening in both schools, communities, stores, banks, everything.
We as Muslims, first and foremost, we believe what we believe. Other people are free to believe what they believe. This is why Allah says in the Quran, in regards to non-Muslims and a debate between them, essentially, is that you believe what you believe, I believe what I believe. This is to paraphrase poorly. And I'm not going to believe what you believe, and you're not going to believe what I believe. But at the end of the day, lakum dinukum waliyadin, that to you is your way of life, and to me is mine. It is a well understood fact. But we also have to understand that, you know, a drag queen story time at our public mall
or library
is not something that we even want our kids to be to even understand, what it is.
So, for instance, the community that we grew up in, we have visited it a few times since we moved out here to Ontario, and it has deteriorated completely. Like, we can't go anywhere in the town that we grew up in without seeing people passed out on the ground, or like needles everywhere, or people in tents. Literally at the playground. Like, things are really bad here. Things are progressively getting worse, and our kids have so many questions, and it's just like a safety thing. It's just not something that we want to raise our kids in. And amongst so many other things, like there's things that they're teaching in schools without parents knowing. Yeah, there's like so many things that are just in play in Canada that it really scares the hell out of us. And we would much rather just be in an environment where our kids can just be kids. Like, that is the ultimate goal.
For sure. And I will not bow or break or bend to a government trying to tell me how I have to parent my children.
Okay.
And the number one reason why we have decided to leave this country,
this was like the big push.
Yeah, we could accept the previous 4. We've done it. We've lived in this country our whole lives through. But the number one reason that has broke the camel's back for us is we have a government, no matter which political party you choose, that just completely and utterly supports the genocide that is taking place in Gaza.
Yeah, and Palestine.
And Palestine in general.
Yeah, so we have seen our leaders stand with Israel in ways that has shocked, like quite literally shocked us.
While condemning peaceful Palestinian protests.
And we don't want any part of it anymore.
No.
We can't. Like, if we have the option to make hijra and make the conscious decision not to support a government that is complicit in a genocide that's taking place against literally our people, we're gonna make that choice.
Yeah. The Prophet alayhi salatu wassalam and his companions, may Allah be pleased with them, they made hijrah for the sake of protecting their iman, whether it be to Abyssinia in the first migration or to Yathrib in the second migration. They left so that they could live in peace and so that they could practice their faith openly with no interruptions.
And no fears and worries about safety. So for them, this was the right decision to come here. And for us, this is the right decision, is to leave.
These are the top 5 reasons, guys, why we have decided to leave this country. If you guys have anything to say about that, you can drop a comment down below.
We would love to see what you guys are thinking of, because we are shocked at how many of you have actually told us that you are also considering the same, and you're just kind of waiting to see what happens.
Yeah.
Inshallah.
And let's do it.
Bye, guys.
Assalamu alaikum.